Welcome to City Farmers Nursery. I'm Farmer Bill.
I'm Sam.
And we're going to talk about homesteading, sustainability, and permaculture.
So what do all those three things mean and how are they connected? Well, good news for you guys, they're all one thing.
Homesteading is covering all the basis of things that you do at the home for yourself without going to outside sources. Sustainability is those methods that you do all the other things except for growing, and that's permaculture.
So urban homesteading is really neat because you start with one concept. You could start with gardening, and then from gardening, you end up bringing in chickens, because what do chickens love? They love all your gardening scraps. After you get some chickens, you're gonna get some eggs, you're gonna get some chicken poop. What do you do with all those other scraps? Well, you start with composting. And after composting, who knows? You might be looking at getting some bees.
That part of it is permaculture. It's using what you have on the property to work your garden, to make the garden grow and be sustaining part of your life. Then you get into sustainability, and that has different levels. You could go ahead and you could want to be completely sustainable, or you could be partially sustainable, whatever fits your needs and your wants of your lifestyle. And then to cover it all, homesteading is the act of all this. Homesteading is the act of putting us all together and creating a living environment where you're using everything on your land and you're using it well, and you're not having any waste coming off the property, and you're using most of the stuff on the property that's there already.
Where's a good place to start with your either permaculture or sustainability, urban homesteading? That's kind of up to you. I would look at what kind of house you have, what part of town are you in, and what kind of lifestyle you have. You always talk about kind of your lifestyle and critiquing it to being able to garden. If you don't have time to water, you might not have time to garden.
So there is no black thumb or no brown thumb. Basically what it is having the time to do these things. Jumping into it all hook, line, and sinker might not be what you want to do. You might want to evolve into it. You might want to start out with a simple, small garden and keep it small and then have it grow. From the garden, you'll be able to learn different things like cooking and preserving and dehydrating and storing the food. So at certain times of the year when it's not available in your garden, you'll have it available in the storage area. That's where all that comes in. Then, after that, you'd want to expand maybe onto that.
Yeah. So if someone has, say, if they live in an apartment, where would be a good place to start for being more self-sustaining?
Well, first of all, you want to start by looking at what you can grow in an area that you have. It might not be that you have any outdoor area, but you do have a balcony. Or you might have to bring it indoors. Using artificial lighting, you can do indoor growing of many, many different things. If you have a balcony, every square foot of it, every square inch of that can produce something, in which case then you can eat it and then you can start doing something with the scrap. You can do vermiculture in a small area, which would be able to take care of all the small needs that you have as far as recycling goes and give you fertilizer and compost to keep your garden growing. Or if you have a larger yard, there's other things.
There are. I would definitely look at first starting your composting. Even if you buy it from the store or grow in your garden, that waste needs to go somewhere, and composting is a great way to start. We're definitely going to have some extra videos coming out on different types of composting, and we're actually bringing in a few extra new type of composting that's actually been around for a long time, but we're bringing it into the nursery. So a lot of those topics might have just gone by really fast, so we're actually going to break it down for you a little bit more.
Okay, so permaculture is gardening, but it's also adding to the garden that you'll go ahead and be able to keep it all in-house. Things like raising bees. Raising bees will go ahead and help pollinate your crops. When you get excess garbage out of your garden, not only composting, but also maybe having goats or other animals like chickens to eat some of the weeds and stuff. So that way you'll be spreading it out. You'll have honey and you'll have eggs. So that is starting to form a permaculture situation. If you have a lot of wind or you need shade, putting in something edible like a fruit tree as opposed to putting in a decorative tree. When you've got a landscape and you don't want to make it look like a garden, well, you can plant edible natives, you can plant edible succulents, which are basically a little more drought tolerant, but yet they serve two purposes. So this is what's adding to that whole farming technique. Saving water, another part of permaculture, being able to reuse your water, recycle water, so that way you're able to go ahead and not rely on outside water sources. The word sustainability, which covers the permaculture, also covers what you do in your daily life. Whether you're using solar energy, whether you're going ahead and preserving your food and freezing it and storing it. Sustainability also makes the part of recycling a lot more important. Being able to take the paper goods, being able to take that stuff and put it into the garden, to be able to get to that zero waste and yet be able to use the product so you do not have to purchase all that and bring it in. Even to the extent of paper goods, using cloth napkins, using plates instead of paper plates, even getting a bidet. Don't have to buy toilet paper. But that's getting beyond the subject.
It's a whole nother video.
There you go. And then homesteading basically is combining all this and creating an environment at home that you're completely self-sustained, and that way you're not using things that are outside your area of the place that you live, and on occasion going out and doing that, there's some certain things that you can't get. So keeping that in your lifestyle, but changing your lifestyle to create more sustainability will bring you to the point of homesteading as well.
And also doing this with people around you. I think a great concept is your neighbors. If they're into gardening or raising chickens, kind of break it up. Have someone do the gardening and have someone do the chicken raising. And that way you guys can split your guys' crops. It's more of a kind of a sharing opportunity, but it kind of brings that community together.
Homesteading, sustainability, permaculture, they interact with each other to create an environment of comfort, of peace, of relaxation, and of usable product material. And it creates an environment that you can live at and not have to go out and get materials that you need to live on. And I want to thank you for watching this video. And this is Bill from City Farmers Nursery, Farmer Bill and
Sam. And if you do have any other questions, definitely reach out to us. You can either leave a comment, subscribe to our YouTube page, because we're going to have a lot more videos about sustainability.